Yes, yes, yes. Happy Money Monday. I truly hope that everyone has been having a majestic Monday and that you have been filling it with some positivity and hopefully encouraging others around you and just making it a beautiful day because, of course, we know that mindset is indeed everything. But I would like to say that most of all, and most importantly, I do hope that you all have been filling it with some self reflection because, I mean, that is something that is truly vital for our existence if we want to grow and elevate and really reach our highest potential. And I do just want to quickly touch on that before we move into this week's Light Lighter, because I know that that is what many of you all are watching this for, is to see who is going to be highlighted for shining so brightly here at Inspire with Indy. But as we are on this topic of really time management and self-reflection, I was thinking about, how I use my time because that was something that we were asked on this past week. How are we currently spending our time? And I know me and my life, and I like to use examples of my life because I rather talk about myself than someone else. And I know me personally, I find great value in hearing about other people's experiences or just their points of view because through that it can really be enlightening, or like I say, it can allow for you to see things from a different perspective. So I like to share a little bit about something that I might do in my life or a past experience that I've had, with the hopes that hopefully it will have some type of a effect on your life, to be able to see something different or just to share experiences. I think it's always interesting to see how other people think, how other people do things, because you can learn some things, whether it be what not to do or what to do. And I know me in my life, even here now, and I say here now because it seems like when we talk about certain topics here at Inspired with Indy, I am challenged with them in my personal life. And I would say that time management, like I say, it's always been a struggle for me, but all the more here lately it's been like, oh my gosh, oh wow. And the crazy thing about it is I'm actually have a little bit less on my plate. I would say that things are really exchanging themselves because I'm dropping some things but picking up other things. However, as we were challenged in this last week to kind of focus on how we are kind of spending our time, I am reminded of, and I'm always talking about self reflection because, like I say, I think that it is one of literally the most important things that we can possibly do in our life. And I will live by that and stand by that probably forever. And I began to really just reflect on how, which I constantly like to do this, but how I have been spending my time in my life. Because as you might have heard over this past week, I don't watch TV, I'm not big on social media. I really hate these phones. I feel like it has been a true detriment to society. I mean, when you go out, just it's something that I've done, if you really just observe while you're in a waiting room, while you're waiting for, whatever it is that you might be waiting for at a doctor's office or wherever it is that you might be, if you just take a moment to look around, you're going to notice that probably about 90% of the other individuals in the room with you, their head is down and they're in their phone doing whatever it is that they might be doing. I mean, there's so much that you can do on these smart devices, but it has put me in a place of mindfulness to really make it a point to, while I'm waiting for certain things, to not get on my phone, which is easy for me because I've gotten into the habit of not using it that often. Like a lot of times I don't even know where my phone is. And, if you people who have texted me and called me, they know that it's probably going to be where I'm not going to answer right away just because my mind is focused on what it is that I'm doing, and I try to limit out distractions as much as possible. However, I probably will be on my laptop doing some work, doing something, one thing or another. And, I was listening to this one individual, and she was saying how her laptop was her husband. She was married to her husband, to her laptop for a while. And that's kind of sort of how I feel. Like my laptop is, that's what I'm married. That's who I'm married to, and probably who I'll be married to forever, because yeah, we're not going to get into that conversation. However, as I was saying, I began to reflect on what it is that I do at my time. And I would say that I spend probably about well over 50%. I would say probably closer to 70 or 80% of my time. And this is a key point, and the reason why I'm always talking about self reflection. Literally, I'm always talking about it because that is how I live my life. And like I say, it is extremely important. Like I find myself, because people, I'm asked sometimes, like, well, if you don't watch TV, you don't be on your phone, what do you do with your time? Well, I'm either working, and a lot of times my distraction is not a video game or a TV show. It's me getting distracted with my own thoughts, because like I've said previously, it's a computer, it's like a computer, an internet browser with all these open tabs, and I'm like thinking about this one thing over here, this one thing over there, and then there's that one thing over there that's just constantly loading. So it's just like, oh my gosh. But I say that I spend a vast majority of my time literally just in my thoughts, reflecting. And this is so powerful because it allows for you to be able to, it allows for us to be able to really get in. When I talk about being able to have that guidance, to be able to know the direction for our life, that's that place of being in, that's that time of being in that secret place. And so, I'm sitting there and I'm thinking about things. And sometimes it might be where I think about something that happened a week ago. But then as I'm thinking about that thing that happened a week ago, or maybe yesterday, or even earlier on in the day, I'll also be, it'll be joined with a thought that of something that happened in my life maybe a year ago or years ago. And so through this, I'm constantly in this place of reflecting on my life. And I know it's like you can't live in the past all the time, and to me it's not about living in the past, it's about reflecting on the past so that I can gain the knowledge and understanding for my future. So this is something that I literally stand by, because through this it's like I'm taking that time to be able to connect the dots and see, okay, this happened 3 years ago, oh, that's why that happened, and then this thing happened yesterday. Okay, so I'm getting this understanding, I'm getting more clarity on my life, I'm getting more direction on the way that things should go in my life. So for me, this is more important than going out, hanging out with friends, going out, just doing stuff, just being out and about, being a busybody, which we have to do what works best for ourselves, and in our own individual lives. But I'm saying that this is indeed a game changer, because it allows for you to, like I say, get that direction. And so for me, when someone asks me, what do I want to go here, or do I want to go here, or I don't have time to even be texting friends. Like the people who know me and have been friends with me for a while, they know, like, India is the one that's going to fall off the map for 6 months, and then she'll pop up, and she'll pop in when she pops in, and there's no hard feelings, because they understand how I live my life to an extent. And even when it comes to TV shows or games, whatever it is, all these different distractions that we have in our life, I'm going to think it's like, okay, I can sit here and do this, which that's just like, that's some leisure. Yes, it's fun, but I rather spend, like, to me, it's literally fun to self-reflect. It's fun to be able to know myself more, to learn myself more. And it, to me, is more important than friends. And to an extent, it's more important to me than family. It's even more important than having this family that everyone, this American dream that people have in their minds, that is just so sweet. I look at myself sometimes, and I hate to even say this, but I feel like our existence for life, our purpose for being here, is not to go out, have fun. I mean, it is times that we want to get out and experience things. But I believe that one of our key reasons in existing is to know ourselves more, to learn ourselves more, to be able to go on this journey of knowing thyself. And of course, also to walk in love. That's why I'm so big on love and kindness and generosity and gratitude, all those things coupled together. That is our existence here on, that's our reason for living. It's not to even, like, everything else is a distraction, even when it comes to the family and kids. And I know that's my perspective. I don't hold everyone else to believing that or thinking that way. But, you know, if it was up to me, I probably, if I could go back in time, I would probably live a monk type lifestyle, to where, you're in quiet, you don't have distractions, and you're really living to know yourself, to get more in tune with yourself, to really absorb this journey of life and the simple things. Because when we really get down to the bottom of it, life is about the simple things. All this extra stuff, it all fades away in time. So, with that being said, I truly hope that that has helped someone to really, maybe the next time you're struggling with what to do or you get bored. And that's why I say I literally, I'm by myself most of the time, and I never get bored, because I don't have time to get bored, because I'm constantly thinking about, like, when you just look back over your life and then look at the things that has happened maybe throughout your day, the signs, the things, because you are at, that's why I'm big when it comes to time. I don't get mad. Sometimes I do, because it's like if I'm running behind or something like that, but I don't get mad at where I'm at in life at a specific time, because I truly believe that we are right where we are supposed to be. And there's key vital things around us in our surroundings, but it's up to us to pay attention to it. It could be a car that goes by. I look at license plates, I look at signage on cars, I look at all of that, and I'm really trying to connect the dots, because I believe that I am at this specific place at this specific time for a specific reason. And I don't want to miss any of the signs. And I might miss it, but then later on, instead of watching TV, when I get home or finish doing what I'm doing, I'm reflecting back on my day. And then I'm drawing in past experiences that helps me be able to get that clarity that I need. So, like I say, hopefully this has been something that will allow for you to be able to see things differently and spend your time in a different way, because that's a key point in managing your time. Because if you're managing your time doing things like that, it's going to accelerate you in life, because now you're going to be on a whole nother playing field, because your thoughts, you're not being distracted. Like I always say, you can watch movies, or you can create your own movie. And we are the main characters of our life, and I want to create my own movie. I want to create my own story. And by doing the self-reflection, it's going to give you those 3 extra steps ahead to be able to, you know, get the direction for your specific life, because it's different for everyone. So you can't go watching what somebody else is doing and thinking that you can do that and that it's going to work for you, because that's for their life. So I'm saying this to you because I'm not telling you what to do as like, oh, you should go and go to school for this, or you should go and get a job doing this. I'm telling you how to think for yourself, so that you can indeed, be right where you're supposed to be. And you'll have a peace and a calm, because you'll really feel like, no matter, even if things aren't going exactly the way that I felt like they should, I'm right where I'm supposed to be. And with that comes true peace and joy and fulfillment, because you're living in the moment and absorbing the here and the now, and being excited and expecting what's next to come, knowing that it's going to be great. So, with that being said, I truly hope that, like I said, something was said that will be able to be applicable to your life. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this week's lighter. Don't want to waste any more time. Hello, beautiful parents. Hello, hello, LJ Goodens. Hello, how are you all doing on today? All right, so let's go ahead and get our names up. And I am so, so, so excited. I'm going to remove myself today because y'all got enough of me. Uh-oh. I did that wrong. Let's see. This is what I wanted. Okay, awesome. All right, so this is this week's will, and if you see your name on here, then congratulations to you for shining light in our community this week. And I would like to say that I'm very excited because I am seeing some new faces, and I think that's a beautiful thing. And like I say, before we get into this week's Lighter, this is the best time to go ahead and join in on Inspiring with Indy, because right now we're smaller and you have more of an opportunity to really be highlighted for doing so. And if you don't want to think of it as, oh my gosh, I don't want her to think that I'm here for the money, because no, I don't believe that I mean, the money is nice, but it's not even about that. Just think of it from the perspective of you are encouraging someone else, you are lighting someone else's life up. You're inspiring with Indy. We're doing what we're here to do, and the money is just an extra. It's just an extra perk that comes along with it. So I encourage you to join on in with us. Get on in while the odds are in your favor. They're in your favor right now. So if you have not yet joined in, if you're out there watching, we're gaining new followers. We're also, people are seeing it. Don't be afraid to join in. And it's not about sharing the post on your page all the time. You don't have to do that. It's just about really showing that you are inspiring with us, that you are even just being encouraged, or you're being motivated in some way, shape, or form. Now, I do also want to say and send my appreciation to those individuals who are filling out the weekly shine signal. And as we begin to grow more, that's going to be something that is extremely vital, because that's going to be how we're really able to notice you and highlight you. So I do want to say that if you do go out and fill out the shine signal each week, that is going to give you an additional opportunity to be on the board or on the wheel. So, just from following the instructions and your obedience, that gives you an extra shot at being a lighter. So let's go ahead without further ado and get into this week's lighter. We're going to go ahead and shuffle. I want to shuffle, shuffle, shuffle up. And I love this because it gives me an opportunity to be surprised just as much as you all are. So let's see. All right. It looks like this week our later is Miss Penny. And she's been winning a little bit lately, but at the end of the day, I think what I want to do, I'm going to try to draw one more person. And what we're going to do is we're going to split the community appreciation credit, because I want it to be fair. And she has already given me the okay to, uh, highlight someone else, because, so that other people have the opportunity to win as well, or to be a recipient of our community appreciation credit. But I do want to reward her because she is doing a phenomenal job of inspiring with Indy, and she's just a very supportive and encouraging individual. So we're gonna pick one more lighter this week. Let's see. Okay, let's Kenny again. So obviously, she just needs to be this week's lighter. So congratulations to you. Congratulations, congratulations. Let's see what you are going to be taking home on this week. I tried to give you all another chance. Tried to give you all a chance. All right. $50 for you, Miss Tanny. So be sure to look out for the message from us as you will indeed be receiving. Let's see, let me read some of these comments. Most definitely supposed to be a blessing. Thank you. Thank you. Good evening to you. Yes, I am having an amazing day. Let me get myself back up here. Where am I? Where am I? Where am I? Hello, hello, hello. All right. I know that's right. Yes, you are very deserving. She is a phenomenal supporter. She supports everyone, and like I told her, I was like, "That's just God giving you back." She's just a giver in multiple ways, and I love to see that. Like it's amazing. And when you are a sower, God make sure that you get that back. And I even have been seeing it in my own life. The seeds that I have been sowing out, it has been coming back in just multiple ways, and it's never in vain because you're sowing good seeds and they have to reap a bountiful harvest. And this is just a part of your bountiful harvest, Miss Tanny. So I want to congratulate you again for being this week's light lighter and the recipient of this week's community appreciation credit. And I want to thank each and every one of you all for your time, for being here with us. And don't forget to go ahead and inspire with us. Get out there, like something, share something, comment on something, fill out the shine signal. And when you're filling out that shine signal, it's not a requirement to do everything that those questions ask. It just gives us an idea of what you have done throughout the previous week to shine and spread light and positivity. So, with that being said, I hope that each and every one of you all has an amazing rest of your night, that you fill it with so many smiles because life is worth smiling for. There's so much to be grateful for, but we're not going to go down that road because I'll be here until tomorrow or probably until next month talking about all the things that we have to be grateful for. So thank you again for joining us. And I hope that you all have a great rest of your evening. You all take care.